Hello everyone, welcome to the Music Saints. So in this lesson we are going to learn scales and chords formation, how they are formed, what is the formula to find out or derive any scale, and plus how do we find the notes of the chords. So let's get started. So first thing is that I told you in the first video that first we have the 12 types of notes: C, C sharp or D flat, then D, then D sharp or E flat, then E, then F sharp or G flat, then G, then G sharp or A flat, then A sharp or B flat, and then B, then C. Right? So we have these 12 notes. Now these 12 notes, they firstly the scales are made from these 12 notes, then everything continues from the scale only. Right? So let's talk about firstly the major scale formation. Now major scale formation, exactly, we have done the major scales of all the notes: C major, D major, and E major, F. Everything we have done, right? But now today we will learn how do those scales are derived and what exactly a formula to apply when you don't know the scale properly. So for the major scale, the formula is: first, the starting note of any particular scale is known as the root note or the home note. Suppose if I am playing the scale of C major, what will be the root of C? It will be the first note, that is C only. This is the scale of C major, right? So first is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C is the scale of C major. Now if I play this scale only in one string, remember I told you there are multiple pattern of any scale or a chord. I can play C major scale like this also, like this also, like this also, like this also. Right, so the notes are same, only the pattern is different. So let's take the scale in only in one string, that is number 2 string, this one. Now if you want to make a major scale, you just have to find the root note. Suppose I have to make a major scale of C major, so I'll find root first. Let's find root. This is second string is B, so this becomes a C, right? So I can make it, this is G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. This is also C. Okay, so let's do it from here. So first the root, this one. Now the formula you will apply is root, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Fine. So first is root. Now what is whole, whole, half? Whole step means one complete note. Half step means one half note or a semitone. From C to C sharp to D. From C, C sharp and D. Okay, this is one whole note. So C to D is a whole. Then D to E is a whole. Then E to F is a half. F to G is a whole. G to A is a whole, A to B is a whole, and B to C is a half. That means if you are going on to the next note, it is half. Leaving one note becomes a full note. From C sharp to D, it is also a half note. Why? Because D is next to C sharp. C sharp, D, then D sharp. From C sharp to D sharp, it becomes one whole note. Fine. So C, then D, the root, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So you have to learn this formula for the major scale: root, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So how to apply this now? Now see, we have done. Now let's apply this on the scale of F major. Suppose if I have to take out the scale of F major from this particular formula, so how will I apply the formula? So E, first we'll find the root note. So F, E, F on the first string, first fret. This is F note. Now root is there. Then I told you root, whole. Second is whole. Whole means from this root go to whole note. Whole will be from here, not the next one, next to next. So root, whole. Okay, this is half. From F to F sharp is a half. From F to G is a whole. So root, whole, root, whole. Again, next is also whole. So we will leave this one whole. Then next is half. So half is this one. Then again whole. From here to here is whole. Then whole. Then whole. Then half. Right. So let's do it again. Root, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So my F major scale is F, G, A sharp or B flat, C, D, E, and again F. Fine. F, G, A sharp, then C, D, E, and F. So you can apply this formula in any of the scale you want, and you will find that scale by applying this formula. You can apply on E, F, G, anything. Okay. Now for the minor chord, minor scale, the formula is a bit different. So for minor, you'll apply. Suppose you have to take out the scale of C minor, so you'll apply root, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. So this is for the minor scale. Root, whole, half, whole, whole, half, whole, whole. So this is the minor scale formula. Now we can also derive minor scale from the major scale also. For that we need to flatten the third, sixth and the seventh note of the major scale. Suppose if you have to derive C minor from C major, I told you one pattern is to one formula is to use this one, root, whole, half, whole, half, whole. Right. There's one more pattern, one more theoretical pattern you can say from to derive it from the major scale. From the major scale, just write down all the major scale. You write down C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the third one is E1. Flatten that note. 1, 2, 3, E1. So when you flatten the third one, it will go to the C, D, E. Flatten means with a half note lower. E becomes E flat. Okay, so C, D, E flat. Then next same chord continues. Then the sixth and the seventh also you need to flatten. Okay, so which is the sixth and seventh? C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth. Sixth is A. So you'll flatten A. If A becomes A sharp or A becomes A flat or G sharp. Then seventh is B. So B becomes B flat or A sharp. So that means your C minor will be C, D, then E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, and C. So this is the theoretical way of finding the minor scale from a major scale. Now, but we already have learned the scales, so no need to worry if you have practiced those scales. This is the theoretical form. You should know what you're playing and how to take out the scales. Right. Now let's come to the chords. Now chord is very much easier. To form a major chords are formed by taking the first, third and the fifth note of the respective major scale. Suppose if I'm playing chord C major. Okay, C major you already know. Right. So how this chord came? This chord came by taking the first C major chord came by taking the first, third and fifth note of the C major scale. Now C major scale, first note is C, third is D, then E, then fifth is G. So C, E, G makes a major chord of C. Right. Same goes for, you can take any other chord D. So D, if you want to take out the notes of D major, or if you want to know how to make a D major chord, so take the D major chord, take the scale of D major scale, write down the scale of D major, then first, third and fifth note becomes a scale of chord of D major. The first will be D, okay, then it will be an F sharp, then an A. So first, third and fifth note of the major scale, respective major scale. Now Minor chord are very much easier. For minor, to make a minor chord, you have to use the major chord. If you flatten the middle note of the major chord, your minor chord will come. How? C major, C, E, G, right? If you want to take out a minor chord, the third note, that is a E note. Why I am saying a third note? Because how major chords are formed? First, third and fifth. We denote major chord as first, third and fifth. Okay, so the third note, that is a E note. If you flatten the E note, only E note, and rest two are same, it becomes a minor chord. How? C, E, G is the major chord, sorry. Then C, E flat, and G will be C minor. I'll give you a very good example. See, let's take example of A major chord. This is A major chord. Okay, the notes I'm playing are A, then you have E, then you have a C sharp. Sorry, A, C sharp and E. C sharp is the third note, the middle note. Now if I flatten C sharp, see, look here. Okay, C sharp is here. So if I flatten it, it becomes C sharp becomes C. So I'll remove this finger and I'll keep it on the C note. So this is A minor. Simple. E major, third note is this one. That is G sharp. Remove it to make it G. So E minor. Fine. So these things you should know. You already have learned the major and minor chords and scales, but these things are for your general knowledge how chords and scales are formed. See you in the next class. Till then, stay safe, stay happy.